You have to lay out your schedule. You have to lay out your year. The online coaching, these things just happen by nature. That's a good starting block. $100 they charge for it, because that's the NBA material basketball, best basketball out there. But if you haven't got it, you can DM me, because I can get you 35% off. Top of the morning. What do we got going on in hoops? What's going on with you guys this week? The next couple weeks, fire away your hoops questions while I'm on here for a few minutes. Try to give you guys some good value. We put out a couple more YouTube videos, a podcast, a Hooping at Home. Go to that YouTube page, get all that free coaching, guys. Great containing drills to get you ready for school. Containing, you mean conditioning or training? Fast to get you ready fast. What you said, it says great containing drills. What word were you trying to say there? I think it's a typo. Conditioning drills to get you ready fast. Running and shooting. So slides, running and shooting. Use the whole court. Start at one end of the court. Run and sprint up to the opposite end. Or slide and then catch and shoot. So exhaustion, running and sliding, and shooting are the best things to do for conditioning. Thanks for posting the free training. Oh, for sure, man. That stuff's not going to stop either. Like, people, I don't know if people realize my life is basketball. All we do at this academy is basketball. Like, we're constantly training. I'm constantly training myself. I'm constantly training kids, coaching kids. I'm on phone calls. The basketball stuff never stops. So all we do is film it. We just turn the camera on. You know what I mean? So the content and the free stuff will never stop. Everyone go follow Ryan Herman 5. You see him? He's a Rel Academy vet. He's also a coach here at the academy. So everybody go follow him. If you don't follow him, shoot him a DM, ask him a question. He probably could tell you some shit too. But yeah, if you guys need to get in shape, if you need to get in shape, or you need some conditioning, the best thing you can do is do things that are exhausting, but you have to perform. So it's one thing to just slide all the way up the court as fast as you can. It's another thing to slide up the court as fast as you can and then have to make a shot. You want to add skill. You want to add results into your conditioning, because conditioning is not just physical, it's also mental. Good morning. Do you recommend more minutes on a bad team or less minutes on a good team? This is a common question. I get this all the time. It's a good question. I always recommend good minutes. Because if you can't get good minutes, you can't perform. If you're a kid who can actually shoot the ball off of the dribble and create your own shot really well, but you only get in the game for 3 minutes, you're not going to have many opportunities to showcase that ability, because that's an ability that you need the ball in your hand and you need to get comfortable to do that. So if you're getting spot minutes, 3 minutes at a time, 2 minutes at a time, 4 minutes, you're never going to show that ability. So you need to get on the floor. You need to get minutes. And mostly it's just ego. Parents and players, you guys just want to say that you're on a certain team, or you want to say that you're playing up. And I know that's a cool thing, but if you're not getting in the games, meaningful minutes in the games, it doesn't matter. If you play Division I basketball and you sit on the bench and never get in the game, did you really play Division I basketball? No. Like, you might as well go play D3 and start and have a career. Otherwise, you don't really have a career. You don't have great memories, man. You don't have a lot of experience. It's not true. You definitely will get a lot of experience and great memories from practice and being on the program. But come on, we all want to get in real games. We want to have meaningful stuff. We want to have something on the stat column that you could go look up when your career is over. So drop the ego, guys. Parents, please just think about what's best for your kids. Get them on teams where they're actually going to play, even if that means playing down. Yes, if it means playing down a grade or an age, it's okay. Who cares, man? Don't worry about what people think. You got to get in games. You got to enjoy this. You got to develop. You need to play. You're not a basketball player if you're not playing. Top 2 picks for teaching how to handle contact. That's a great one too. Tucking the ball, tucking it like a football. That's probably the top skill. That's not true. Not the top skill, but it's an important skill. And then the second thing is jump stops, playing off of 2 feet. You combine those two things together, jump stops with tucking the basketball, it's probably the most common or most needed skill playing through contact. Any way to stop left misses and not push the ball so much. It really, really depends on your shot. And I'm sorry to do this to you. Does work. You really need to just have me break down your shot. Send me a video, send me a DM. It is gonna cost you, it's gonna cost you $35, but send me that shot and I'll break it down for you. But generally speaking, if you're a right-handed shooter and you keep missing left, generally speaking, you probably pull your guide hand off the ball too early. That's what happens usually. And so you have like this type of motion. Left hand goes back, right hand goes forward, and it creates a push type of motion. You turn this way and that ball goes left. That's usually what happens. There could be a whole bunch of other things that are really causing that, but that's a common mistake right there. It also could just involve your balance. You might have bad feet. You might stand with your feet too close together, or you might sway or rock to this side or scissor your feet when you jump up, and that makes the ball go left. But there are a lot of different things. So send me that DM, man. Send it. Let me see the shot. I'll look at your video first and I'll let you know if I can work with it. Not every video works. I need a video that's clear enough, that's close enough to you. I need a video where I can see the ball going through the air. So send me a video. I'll let you know if I can work with it. And if so, I will break that thing down for you and help you for sure. What else we got? Hoop questions. Heading into the new year, so you know, the basketball seasons really ramp up for everyone. I know it's like hopefully you're over your hump. Hopefully you're over your mental hump so you can just go ahead and now have a decent season, let the season ride out. Do you think EYBL is a good circuit to hoop in? EYBL is the circuit to hoop in. It's the top. It doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better. Problem is 99% of kids aren't good enough to play on it, you know. If you play down, won't that slow down your development compared to playing other kids your age? No. This is such a good question. Thanks for asking this. This will get chopped up. This is getting filmed right now. This will be the most valuable thing that I'm about to say in this live. Playing down, call it whatever you want to call it. If you're not getting better, if your mental confidence is not going up, if you're not learning more, if you're not able to perform, if you're not able to play and then get direct feedback, if you can't do all of those things together at once, you can't get better. So no, playing down is not going to hurt you, because if you're playing with the correct age or you're playing up, but you're not getting enough at bats, you don't even get enough shots, you don't even touch the ball enough, you don't even have any pressure on you to have to get a stop because you're not in the game enough, you don't have to get put into positions to create the help defense plays because you're not getting in the game enough. If you're not getting the experience, the chances, the at-bats, it doesn't matter. I don't care where you're playing. If you're not getting those and getting the coaching right there to help you, you are not getting better. So a lot of you need to play down. A lot of you need to play a grade lower or an age lower just so you can get more experience, get more time, get more touches on the basketball, get more chances. Then your dads, your coaches, whoever can help you through that. They can help you. So let's say you're somebody who struggles handling the ball under pressure. You don't have a lot of confidence to do it. If you're playing 10 minutes with your age group, and when you get in those 10 minutes, you're already nervous. Everybody on your team, your coaches and the players and the parents in the stands, they already view you as a bad player or a back end player. That creates a whole environment that doesn't allow you to go out there and just be you and just try. So everything you do is like held back and it's in a shell. You never really get to go out there and try something. So if you're not trying anything, no one can help you. There's nothing to say. If you never touch the ball, if you never even put it on the floor to make an aggressive move, in those 10 minutes, what can I say to you? There's nothing I can say. All I'm going to say is, I don't know, man, I didn't see enough. Go out there and do something. But most of you can't do that. You can't do anything because you're already in a mental space that says you're not good enough. You're on the lower tier. Your coach is going to yank you as soon as you make a mistake. So you can't even try. You can't try. So if you can't try, you can't get better because nobody can coach you. Play down. Most of you need to play down. I didn't say play down forever. I'm just saying play down until you get to a spot where you mentally feel like, okay, I'm playing basketball. I'm being myself. I'm out here doing what I can do. Then you can get feedback. Play down. Definitely appreciate the advice and where you guys located. Happy to give it, man. We're located in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania. But at the end of the day, man, look, this academy is, guess what? We're only going to get people within like a 10-minute drive of Bridgeville, Pennsylvania. We do get people out of state from in the summer and things like that. But the way we can really help you, because you need a lot of help from us, you know, you need a lot of consistent coaching from anybody you deal with. You could just do it virtually, man. We got a whole app. The app should be done with the whole new system probably next week. We have a whole system on how we can help anyone, anywhere. What do you think about the Prelude 32 New Balance circuit? You know what, man? I don't even know what that is. So there must be a New Balance circuit. New Balance was gone a year ago, so it must be coming back with this new thing. Look, let me tell you guys all this for one. All this shit is money. All of the, I shouldn't say that. It's wrong. It's wrong. All this shit is business. Okay, these are opportunities for people to run good businesses. So New Balance and Nike and everybody else, they're in this circuit thing because they see it as a way for them to boost their brand, get attached to athletes who are going to be the next LeBron James, and sell a whole lot of gear and merchandise and all these other things. Okay, let's start there. That's why this exists. You have to understand that. So after that, what is secondary is your development, your benefit, your exposure, you know, all of that stuff. And yeah, you're going to get the best, you're going to get the biggest coaches, biggest teams, biggest programs coming to recruit on that circuit, but you got to be of that level for it to even matter. So what do I think about it? I don't know. I think the same thing about this as I do your local AAU tournament. None of it means shit to me. What matters is, are you good enough? And if you are good enough, you know, that's when we can get into the particulars of what do you think about this circuit versus that circuit and that circuit versus this circuit. What I can tell you is someone like myself who has contacts with a whole lot of Division I coaches, I could just pick up the phone and call them, you know. If I got a kid who can play, I can just pick up the phone and call these people and make sure they come see you if you have some good film. So, like, just be good enough, man, and there's somebody out there who will help you. Trust me. Like, you're going to run into a me somewhere if you just keep at it. What do you think is a good amount of shots to take a day? I don't believe in certain shots a day. I believe you just got to work your butt off as much as you possibly can because you love it and it's how you want to spend your time. And you're actually getting better from the session. And that's going to be different for every single person. This will be second year coming. First year was this year. Okay. Yeah, like I said, man, a circuit is a circuit. You just got to be really good. And as new circuits pop up, the majority of coaches are not going to go to that circuit until there are enough high-level players. Here's how the game works. It's all business. Here's how it works. If there are 4 kids on the Adidas circuit, 3 kids on the Nike circuit, and 2 kids on the Puma circuit who are all in the top 100, if somehow that New Balance circuit can convince those kids to come play on the New Balance circuit for these teams, those 7, 8 kids alone are going to attract so many coaches. The coaches don't give a fuck where they play. They don't care what circuit you're on. There's going to be a handful of coaches recruiting those 7 or 8 kids. So if those 7 or 8 kids have migrated to the New Balance circuit or the fucking Rel Academy circuit or the asshole circuit, it doesn't matter. If they have migrated to that circuit, all of those coaches got to see those kids play. They need to see them. So they're going to go watch them. So if they're on that New Balance circuit, cool. That's where they're going to go. And what happens by nature when all those coaches come, you know, it's a monkey see, monkey do type of thing. Like other people are gonna come too. So that's the whole game for the circuits. The circuits have to figure out how do we attract top level players, because when you attract top level players, it's just like our academy. Like when we have top level players coming to the academy, guess what happens? A whole bunch of other people want to follow, whether they're top level or not. That's who we are as human beings. That's just how we think. So it's all a big business political game. You know, that's just what That's what business and growth is all about. And people never think about it that way. They're usually just, they're in the shuffle. They're in the rat race. They're the ones following. And they're just like, ooh, how can I do it too? But you got to understand, you have to understand what it's about. And if you're not a person who can add value to that circuit, it's just going to be tough for you to get a lot out of it. If coaches don't care what circuit to play for, why do you consider EYBL the best? Because most of the best players play on that circuit. That's the only reason. I don't care about the EYBL or Nike or anything. It could be your circuit that you created yourself. I don't care about it. I just care about where the kids are, because wherever the top kids are, that's going to be considered the best, and that is the reason the most coaches go there. That's why. The players got all the power. Don't ever forget that. Thanks. Look forward to the next one. Gotta go. Okay. All right. I got a few more minutes. on here. How important is size in girls' high school basketball? Size for girls is huge. My daughter is 5 feet tall and in 7th grade. 5 foot, 7th grade girl. Okay, so she's probably that's probably about average, I think. She wants to try out for high school next year as an 8th grader, but I feel like her size. I hate that. I hate when I hear that stuff, man. And again, don't take this personal. This is nothing personal. That's a ping. That's a red flag. I hate when people say, my kid's a freshman. The goal is for him to play varsity. Fuck all of that stuff. Who cares? Her goal should be, I want to get better. I want to continue to get better. I want to keep going until I look around and can't think of one girl better than me. Or everyone else will look around and won't consider any other girl better than myself. That should be the one and only goal. Because you know how many girls are going to play up this year, but in 3 years they're going to be average? Do you know how many kids are going to start as a freshman this year on varsity, but in 3 years they're going to be average? Who cares? When you start thinking about that, you care about other people's opinions. You're looking at your situation in light of how everybody else looks at it. You got to just run your race. Who cares? So your daughter should just care about being the best version of herself possible. And that's really also how I think you should just view your entire life. That's just my opinion. But don't get caught up in that. Happy to hear your opinion. I needed to hear that. Thank you. Yeah, man, absolutely. I promise you, like the only way you're going to be able to lay your head down when you're 34, like myself, and feel good about what you've done and not have regrets is if you just tried to do what is best for you and you stayed on your path and you didn't let other people influence your thing. It's really hard, but I'm just telling you it's the truth. What is the best way to get more confidence? You need a lot of meaning. You need deliberate practice. Which I advise everyone in here right now. I advise you to go on YouTube and type in what is deliberate practice in sports and gobble up all of those videos you can, because it's very, 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 very complex. It's a complex term, but essentially when you do deliberate practice and you live the lifestyle of deliberate practice in sports, it's the best way to build confidence. Everybody's going to be different. Some people, it's not going to take a whole lot for them to get that confidence. You have people like myself who I was probably arrogant my entire life even as a child, but that helped me always naturally have confidence, whether it was warranted or not. So people like myself, deliberate practice is going to do a whole lot for us in a little bit of time. Other people are going to struggle with confidence their entire lives. So they're going to have to do deliberate practice times 10 forever just to be a little bit more confident, a little bit more sure of themselves. But I can promise you, in my experience of doing this for all these years, dealing with thousands of kids, deliberate practice is your only real chance of injecting confidence into somebody. Seems like the AAU is a track meet, CrossFit, especially at the lower levels. You are so right. How long can you wait to play in AAU? That's a really good question. It's so tailored to the individual. So some people are going to be able to never play AAU until it matters, which is junior year of high school, senior year of high school, and they're going to be good to go. Now that's few and far between. That's not a lot of kids. The median, the majority of kids are going to need to jump into it basically as early as possible. Bar, it doesn't affect their development. What most people do is they jump in AAU as early as possible. They put all their eggs in that basket. They never develop. They don't practice. They don't work on their game. They're just in it, expecting it to just do something for them. And they never develop. So I would say you want to get into it as early as you can, but, you know, marginally. Just, I don't know, if it was my child and they were in 4th grade, we'd be jumping into AAU, but we'd only be playing like 3 tournaments a year, 3 local tournaments. Then maybe by the time they hit 5th grade, we'd probably, you know, play 5 tournaments or so. Maybe we focused a little bit more on it. Maybe we pay a little bit more attention as to what team we play for. By the time they're in 6th and 7th, we're pretty much diving all the way in it. Maybe we do a couple national tournaments, depending how good my child is, and maybe we get on some national teams, depending how good my child is. But we never, ever, ever put all the eggs in the AAU basket. The only time we do that, actually, we never do it. We never do it ever. But the only time we really value AAU for their career is when they're a junior in high school, and college coaches genuinely are going to care about them if they are that good, which is so few and far between. About 97% of you are never going to be in that category. I'm sorry to say, it's just the truth. Just look at the statistics. It's the truth. I played Division II basketball. I got a Division II scholarship out of high school. And then I transferred quickly and played 3.5 years of Division III, and that was really my career. I did so much AAU basketball. I could have had the same exact outcome. The same exact outcome. Mind you, my career, I scored over 1,000 points at the Division III level. I had a Division II scholarship coming out of high school. That puts me in a category of like 3% of people out there in the entire universe to ever play basketball. Okay, you have to understand that. That puts me in an elite category. I'm not special. I'm just saying that it is a special category. It's very rare, right? So that said, I would have had the exact same outcome of my career if I never played one day of AAU basketball, because it really doesn't matter unless you're going to play high-level Division I. That's the truth. People don't want to believe that. They're not going to listen to me, but I'm just telling you it's the truth. I know it from personal experience. How do you determine which team you should play for as a 7th grader? I wouldn't pay much attention to it at all. The only time I would pay attention to it at all is if you are so good that you dominate everyone in your area and you're not getting any better. So at this point, you need to look to play with higher level teams. That's how I feel about it. But thank you guys, man. I got to roll today. Thanks at Rel Academy, excuse me, at Rel Academy on all the social media platforms. Send us a DM with a video of your shot if you want us to break down your jump shot, exactly how to fix it. You send us a video, we send you one back of exactly how to fix it. It's $35 to do that. And I can't say it enough. You guys got to get the basketball. You got to get this basketball because it's the best basketball you've ever played with. It's the NBA ball that they play with. Send me a DM. I can get you that ball for cheap. Thanks, guys.